This is Frida Liu. You're watching The Shift Asia. By Borneo is a movement dedicated to preserving the rich cultural heritage and biodiversity of Borneo. In a world increasingly dominated by mass production and fast fashion, By Borneo focuses on authentic and sustainable craftsmanship of our local artisans. They partner with farmers of heirloom crops, artisans of fashion wear and accessories, custodians of culture and heritage, makers of natural cosmetics and personal care items, as well as producers of condiments, snacks, and party essentials. This is the brainchild of Nina Othman, and Nina Othman actually does a lot of things. And I know Nina for the longest time. I met you when you had another business called Grow the Goose. Okay, what happened there, and how did you end up in Sabah?
Hi, Krida. How are you? So I think we met Grow The Goose 2016 through the program. That's the program. You were one of my mentors. So Grow The Goose exists, but not for public consumption at much. So we do work for public projects. So for those entities who want to run their own program, then we'll come in and contact them on how to run the programs for 70 years old for financial empowerment for children. So I moved to Sabah. My husband is Sabahan, and spend more time there because he had to KL for 3 years. So yeah, it was nice to go back. For me being a istri Nisari, we just headed to pack up and move. My kids love nature. They have to be too close to the side of the factory. So yeah.
So okay. So when you went back to Borneo, went back to Sabah, what led you to starting By Borneo?
So after the Grow the Goose, we tried running it in Sabah. There was some buy-ins, but not as much as in Senetda, honestly. That we actually ran Grow the Goose in secondary schools in Sarawak, to be specific. And then the package was shut. So there was a big gap there that did not go on as much as we wanted it to. So I think after the pandemic, a lot of schools focus more on the academic. There was a lot of academic gap, right? Saying. So I did not Grow the Goose, but for the indigenous youth in Semenanjung and Enrique here, we ran it for the youth here in Sabah Sarawak. That led to finding another project called Borneo Cocoa.
Yes.
And then By Borneo is the byproduct of that because we want to create a market.
Okay. And I will talk about Borneo Cocoa in just a moment. But with By Borneo is a shop where you get all these supplies from artisans, whether it's snacks or fashion or cosmetics. How is a shop in Kota Kinabalu? How do you ensure quality and availability of these products? I know you want to support them, but you also want to ensure quality as well.
So we have read the marketplace service to say in a program. We actually had a 6 months program because I've been a trainer, obviously working with all these communities, my package enterprises and things like that. And what we noticed is they're so good in production, right? But everybody running all these entrepreneurship programs, expecting them to be entrepreneurs too. Everybody should stop everyone.
Right.
So there's no harm being the middle person so that this notion that middle people are exploiting this community could be that we have an understanding with community where they say, okay, you need to supply this much. I need it consistently. But we have supply in big numbers, but consistently. So that's where we're reacting. So I don't have an answer for you. There's no yet.
Right.
But we've been only in operation for 6 months.
Right.
So we are now testing and validating.
Okay. And I guess like you were trying to support this, where were these farmers and artisans selling their products before? And I'm sure they still do.
Yeah. So, 70% are actually from Sabah. And we have a few from Sarawak, Labuan, and coming soon Brunei. So, I mean, they have been selling it, I think, just in Yanampo.
Okay.
Before this.
Right. So now you get more exposure with tourists and people from overseas. They get to see these products, right?
Try, yes. Not as much. Our area is not too in the jam-packed tourist area.
Okay.
We are actually looking for more corporate procurement.
Okay.
So that could be these communities be Bornean so that they can come together, agree start and then produce it, you know. If you fikir, it takes time now.
Okay.
I think that is worth it. Back to the mindset. That's why we wrapped it around this program so that you can slowly do it'll be mindset, your change.
Okay. And so would it make sense to have a website where people can buy this online, or it's too early, too challenging?
Yeah, definitely that will be the in the pipeline. But right now, what we have e-catalog, because if we were to publish the prices and things that we will get all these consumers who want to buy the spot and then try to get an external where we are balancing if we getting that to supply consistently and also the quantity as well. So we have a catalog which then we preempt the special for customers in today, you know, we're working with these artisans time. So it's that low cost.
Okay, so you got your chickens and your goose problem, huh? Okay. Now, so you were saying earlier that By Borneo was a byproduct of Borneo cocoa. So what tell us about Borneo cocoa, what that is.
So as I was running Grow The Goose, funded by several corporates in South Australia, I chanced upon a village, which is beautiful. You to come. Kota Belet, Kampung Tambakon. And I will do it for them. Then later, their parents came to me and said, you know, after the boot camp, they were like, hey, why is it always you only teaching the young one? What about us? You know, we want to learn about we want the part the ship too. I'm like, oh, okay. These are over 50, about 60. And it's true, you know, we always catered the programs for those ages 80 to 40, ops in the central areas. What about that? And so I went around and I saw that they actually had a lot of cocoa trees, abandoned cocoa palms. You know, most of the trees land were producing cocoa but turned black very fast.
Okay.
So this was a 2019 actually. So this was in 2019. And I was like, what is going on? And then I did more digging and I noticed a couple of our communities and also wait for some critics. And then I found that, you know, there's a lot of things that can be done if there were more I'll say more education, updated on, because they're so used to what they know, which is, you know, outdated knowledge and practices of how to protect the cocoa. And a lot of that's things, chemical fertilizers and that not healthy, that not enough yield, and cocoa pot forever, solutions that are out there, but we're not bridging it.
Okay.
So that would come in. We also program getting them to the 12-month program, getting them to rebut that for coupons connected source like this, experts in the field, and getting them to go back to their roots, which is natural farming.
Right. And then sometimes the answer is in the original way of how we're doing it, right? So then of course this cocoa are then turned into chocolate.
At the first stage, they are talking to me in not beets but cocoa nut stage.
Yep.
And then my husband and I actually have another brand called Coco Loco. We got to start, because I'm not sure if you heard of this story. And then he then my husband's the chocolate makers. He then made that chocolate.
Right.
The challenge we had in the ingredients or the we will get them to process the chocolate if they do not add they do not give electricity. Well, they can't run the machines yet. So we are working on that in 4 years now. Working on a more stable connection infrastructure software before we can move the production of the chocolates at the village.
Okay.
That would be the aim.
So we need electricity first. Wow. So this is all still happening in Malaysia, right? So it's so interesting to hear. So then the chocolates, what's the brand called again? Borneo Loco? What?
Borneo Loco is the product.
Okay. Okay. So Coco Loco is available in Sabah. Is it available in Peninsula? Is it exported? We're not talking massive quantity yet.
Not yet. It's available at By Borneo.
Right.
In the store.
Okay, so it's still very artisanal in that sense, and so limited quality. So in this program with your Borneo cocoa, how many farmers do you work with? And I guess is the quality of cocoa different from what we would get here in West Malaysia?
I would say so because I didn't say it, but the scientists say the third good, the cocoa in Borneo, particularly Sabah, has a very high cocoa fat content, cocoa butter content.
Okay.
Yeah, so if like 5%, so it had that very nice smooth taste, very high taste. Yeah, that would be my answer.
Okay, I have to agree, right? Sabah, Sarawak, Kalimantan, I guess all of that area, that kind of chocolate, right? You've got your hands on many things, Nina. What are your future plans? What are your areas of focus?
Yeah, you start from the goose, and then you discovered that maybe different age group that did the session, and so we're in there, and then we discovered that there are other farmers with other crops. They, hey, we want our product must sit like only from Masak Popolopo too, so that then why you decided to open Borneo by Borneo. And I think it's I like where I go with this new thing, and now it's like we are creating this network called Almond and Artisans to now realize what their strength and what it means by synergy. I think right now a lot of them is just all about competition, and it's not their fault. People maybe don't know the idea that, hey, I don't need to be an all-round. I just need to find a partner who can do the things that I'm not good at. I'll just focus on along with that. And then, we will discuss this and agree to a price and then work from there. So, and before this, even I honestly thought having a middle person, or is, regular and marking up that. But once we say to that, like, the price, location, Hotel Kinabalu, this is how much our rate is, we have our stuff, and this is the kind of promotion that we do. And they were like, oh, begitu mahal, bayar dah.
Okay.
So
right.
That I think he was just be transparent, and then now we have an understanding. And so yeah, we're getting there.
You're right. It's so interesting. You talk about collaboration and being transparent of what it entails to market your products. And people, I think once you explain, people understand, people will support, right? So I guess people go to KK right now, By Borneo. Where is it located if they want to get a hold of all these wonderful products?
So we are at Riverson The Walk. It is a building just next to Gleneagles Hospital in Pemapina Baru, and it's 20 steps away from the Mount Road. Yeah, 100 steps from this steps from Imagisa. So the Marvel, and then go Times Square, and then you got Riverson The Walk, and then this Gleneagles is a whole block of distance. You just the same you Riverson The Walk. Floor By Borneo.
All right, go check that out. Nice to see you again and to speak to you again, Nina, Othman, and of course you've been watching The Shift Asia.